Welcome to the Mucked Up My Self-Care podcast.
I'm Jill from New York.
And I'm Linda from Tasmania.
We are two moms from opposite sides of the world who are living, demonstrating, and helping moms across the world build their self-care asset bank.
Ready to dive in? Messy, interrupted, imperfect, and most of all mucked up. Let's get going.
Hello.
Good evening. Feels like ages since we've caught up. So, excited to dive into highs and lows and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
I might kick us off while you've got the mummy in the background. Okay, so I'm going to wrap my two into one. Last night we had 2-minute noodles for dinner because it was that sort of day. And luckily I'd fed the kids a heap of soup and veggies and all the nutritious stuff before dinner time. But the 2-minute noodles ended up taking 50 minutes to make, with everybody in the kitchen just going a bit crazy for a minute. And then after it all just settled down and we were sitting down at the table, we actually managed to just laugh about it and apologize and repair and heal and see the funny side of it. And yeah, I don't think we'll forget it for a long time. The 2-minute noodles that took 50 minutes to make.
That's hysterical.
Nobody faded away. Nobody was, but yeah, it was, high and low at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, I think that might be my situation too, high and low. We had the Sounds of Silence 5K, and that was a highlight of the weekend. But Declan and I being there together, we were on the Postpartum Resource Center of New York's team this year instead of me having my own team. So it was kind of different, but it was Declan and I, a few other people, and Declan and I ran for about 2/3 of the whole thing. And then we jogged, not really ran. And then there was a lot of walking, a lot of breaks. But, if you put it all together, it was a good amount of running. I had no idea he would do this and be that committed to it. It was very funny because he dumped a whole bunch of water on his head after I showed him how to do it the first time because all the big kids ended up doing it. It was very sweet. And then we kept trying to keep up with the rest of our team. He's like, wait, let's go get Sonia. And then we'd run and then we'd catch up and then we'd take a break. And then we'd have to go run and catch up again. So it was so great. It was the only time that he's never complained. And yeah. Yes. So this is our 5th year doing it now. The first year he was in my belly. I was 8 months pregnant for that. And now he's doing it by himself, actually participating. It's very exciting. The thing is, he must have done it too hard and really exerted himself that day because, he didn't practice running a 5K before doing it.
Didn't warm up or anything.
This poor boy. Oh my gosh. His limps are so cute. He looks like such a tiny little old man because he can't walk straight because his legs hurt. His shins are probably got shin splints and his calves are tight, everything that you'd be like, go ahead and massage my legs. He can't even handle the feeling of it. So he had a fever. I'd say 24 hours after the race, he got the fever. And then this morning when he woke up, he got sick because usually when he gets a fever, he then gets throw up sick. So here we are taking another day off from school because I can't send him in after a fever. So, but that's the high and the low mixed in with this 5K stuff. So,
yeah. I've got sick kids as well.
Yeah.
All with really high temperatures and fevers, and a lot of the fevers happen overnight.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, Declan came in the middle of the night, Mommy, come lay with me, and I get in bed, and he's high fever. I'm like, great.
I said, what did you have that for you to melt?
Yes, so sweet. But yeah, so this stuff makes me feel like I don't have enough time to throw in self-care for myself. I don't know.
No, not at all. Yep. Yeah, and we keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, which is
Yeah.
ironic because the title we have for today is "It's time to stop waiting."
Yeah.
I find that really ironic because so often we have to wait to find some time or wait till everyone's calmed down because they can't open the packet and nobody can find any scissors and
Yeah. Oh,
kids
yeah.
don't want to be put down, and or we put it off because we're tired or stressed or overloaded, or we've had work that's come up that's urgent, or all sorts of.
Well, I wanted to give him an Epsom salt bath, thinking that would help his muscles last night. So it's like, okay, let's take a bath. No, I don't have Epsom salt. All of a sudden out. So I feel like just other things make us put it off. Like we could have had a really nice bath, relaxing. We still took a bath, but it was not the way that I wanted it to be. And that little bit of self-care no longer is there because we didn't have all the ingredients we needed to create it. So I think that's probably one of the majorities of my problems is the supplies needed to do what I wanted to do for self-care. I just don't have.
And I think, in waiting, there's also anticipation. And I think too much anticipation can cause stress that we want it to meet a certain expectation as well.
Definitely.
So if we're putting off self-care and then wanting it to be a particular way because we've waited so long.
Yeah, like we've talked frequently about how we can do our self-care with our kids, but there's something about self-care with our kids versus by ourselves that makes me want to wait until I have the opportunity by myself to do some self-care because it's just not the same. But then when will I ever get that opportunity?
And there's something sometimes you don't just want to do it half-assed. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, it was very funny. I was having a conversation and somebody introduced me to, the FOMO, like
fear of missing out.
Missing out. Thank you. And all those stupid things. Well, there's one about like
more irony.
It's F it, book it. So FIBI, Phoebe, I don't know, but it's just F it, book it. So I was told for my birthday, I want to go do something. She's like, just F it. Go ahead, go book it. Like, what are you waiting for? Just do it. I was like, oh, okay, maybe I need to do that. Just what am I waiting for? Just go ahead and book it. So
yeah, although
it doesn't always work.
At the same time, I know from experience sometimes if we rush it too much, we end up booking something maybe just because that'll do, when really we weren't wanting something much more or something we already had in mind, or maybe that's not available, or we're out of Epsom salts and really can't be effed going to get more Epsom salts at that time. like I like the concept, but in some situations rushing it too much from my point of view actually can just give you a bit of a half attempt or half result as well.
I think there's definitely appropriate situations. So
yeah, and I don't know if it's like, I don't know how you felt in that conversation, but
when it came to being about like me celebrating my birthday and what I wanted to do, it was like, why am I flip-floppy about it? If I know I want to do it, just go ahead and book it. Like, why am I waiting for someone else to book it for me? Or like, how many hints do I drop that I want Bobby to go book it because it's a birthday celebration that he should be doing? Like, just go ahead and book it. It was the same thing, like I wouldn't just go ahead and book summer camp for Declan without a conversation first. Like if there were a vacation sometimes, we don't just go ahead and book the vacation when we have a whole family we got to worry about and figure out without conversation and just willy-nilly.
Yeah, of course. I think, just something that sprung to mind as well. We've talked about sometimes the need to have a minute to vent or just to get things off our chest
Mm-hmm.
as well. And I think if you had a friend, or if I was giving the response of, well, just do it, just it's fine, just you're actually dismissing the fact, and it's fact that this self-care feels really hard right now, and I've had to wait this long. Like, I'd like to actually acknowledge that for me, or have that acknowledged for me first before just saying, well, just book it anyway, it's fine. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes we're too quick to jump to the solution when actually you might have just needed someone to say, you know what, my birthday's coming up and I've been waiting for my husband to say something and he hasn't. Just, that's all. Just that 1 minute is all we might need to just say that out loud, and then we can go and book it. Rather than having someone rush us and be like, well, yeah, I'm really aware of how quick we can rush people for self-care.
Yeah, definitely we can. Yeah, because we don't know what's going on in the mental space area of like, well, what are the blocks that's having us hesitate? And yeah, you're right, Linda. Like, let's help us be aware of what those blocks are. Like, how are we feeling maybe not validated with setting it up? Like, what is holding us back from going ahead and doing the thing? And then what's the heart of it? So like, a lot of times maybe it's, if we're wanting to do something by ourselves, how do we get the childcare for that to be able to go get it? Well, I already know, so I'm being cautious. My problem is I know the people who I would ask to watch Declan are usually busy, and I don't want to overdo people where I have to watch out. Like, is Declan sick now? So I can't go do something because all the people in my life can't watch him when he's sick because there's other factors involved. So
which people often don't know about.
Yeah. So that just eliminates probably like the next couple of days that we can't do anything without him because there's really no one to watch him.
Yeah.
So.
And so you have to wait.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe, the finances aren't there for us yet. Like, for me, being a contract kind of person, like freelancing, my contracts only pay out once a month. So that's a hard spot for me to feel like, well, I got paid so I can contribute to my own self-care, instead of being like having to ask Bobby, like, hey, this is going to cost us money for me to be able to go do this thing that I've been wanting to do. Are you comfortable with that? That conversation sometimes holds me back from wanting to go out and do something. So it makes me wait then until I know I've gotten paid, or I know we don't have a big bill coming up. But we don't know that when we're having a conversation with someone until we do ask them questions, or we allow the other person to just be like, no, there's a lot of crap that's happening, stopping me from doing this. It's not just easy to say, let's go do self-care.
And yeah, I think waiting can be difficult as well, because especially if you maybe haven't had that conversation yet about finances or something, it can create a little bit of uncertainty and anxiety and worry if you're having to not only have that conversation but wait for self-care, or a certain type of self-care as well, because you don't know when that might happen. You don't know what unexpected events come up, like sick kids, or taking an hour to do something that should have taken 2 minutes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of uncertainty that we need to think about.
Guilt comes up quite a bit then from that. Is like you feel guilty for not putting yourself first, also to go take care of yourself. You feel guilty for wanting to go take care of yourself when you obviously know you can't because you have all the other things happening in life. And then you feel a little bit of resentment because you don't have that freedom to go ahead and go do something, just to do it. But also you have this gift of, other people's lives in your hands, of like, it's just like this messy tanglement of feelings. It's like I'm so happy to be a mom, but I'm also like so about a mom.
Every day. So like the question we had for this episode title was, are you putting off self-care? It's time to stop waiting. So if we are putting off self-care, is that a negative, do you think?
Oh, I think it can be. If it like when this comes up, I think like which kind of self-care am I putting off? Am I still like doing the little pieces that I can do that fill my cup up a little bit, like around the home with other people, like little tiny things that would still be in my book considered self-care where I'm at today, and I'm putting off like something more bigger, special, those kind of things. I don't see a negative in waiting for certain self-care if I'm still practicing things I can do. If I'm putting it all off altogether and there's just no self-care for me, I'm not even trying to get, Declan to do any self-care for himself. I think that can lead to us having burnout, because then where is our mind, our mental capacity to figure out everything? I think when we're not caring for our mental health, that's when we get into that burnout stage. And that's where it gets unhealthy and negative, in my opinion. I don't know. Where are you at with that?
I don't think. I think at surface level, if you said to someone, "Oh, I'm just putting off that self-care for now," they might be again very quick to rush in and want to fix it. And say something. No, it's time to stop waiting. You shouldn't be putting it off. You're more important. You're the most important. But I think there's so many underlying reasons why we might have to put off something.
Yeah.
Like a certain type of self-care which we've been looking forward to, or that we would like to have on our own, or that we would like to just not feel rushed into.
Yeah.
Or we'd not like to do it with sick kids surrounding us at the same time. I think it's important for us to still understand and recognise who we are as people, and realise, you know what, actually today, that thing that I was going to do for self-care is too much on my plate, or is just the stars aren't lined up right now. So I'm going to do a little bit instead. And if I put it off to tomorrow, I know that I'll be better rested, better equipped, better able to appreciate and be grateful for it, and better able to enjoy it as well. Have you ever felt resentment about a self-care activity where you're like, oh.
Yeah. Especially when it doesn't meet the expectation I had built up. Like, when it just all the plans fail that I don't get to go do it. I'm like, no. I think I tried to protect myself from that too, so I don't plan like those big things that could be messed up or fall through, like plans that could fall through because of everything that's happening in our own lives now. Like, there's so much uncertainty in the people's health around me that I'm too aware of it. So I think that helps make those decisions of putting off some big things that I would love to do that I just won't do. Which does create some resentment.
Might need to put those on your vision board.
Yeah. Yep. So
I appreciate this conversation.
Me too.
And do you know what? We did put off this last week, actually, because we both had sick kids and the stars didn't align. So I think it's been worth the wait to record this podcast, ironically.
So I have to say it might be a little maybe not consistent over these next weeks, getting episodes together with all that is going on for each of us individually. And like you said, our stars aligning here. But also, we are still trying to do the self-care in between all these things. So we know it can be extremely challenging when we're trying to get the big things that we want to do and we know will help us with self-care, and we just keep putting it off. So don't be too discouraged that you've put that one thing off, because you will find when you can get it in there, it will happen, because it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Just keep trying to do the little small things that still bring you that self-care in between while you are waiting for the big thing you're trying to get done.
Yeah. And we do absolutely wish you all the best with all of that as well.
Yep. So if you need some starting points for some simple things to do or to keep doing while you're waiting for the big self-care things to do, just give us an email. Email's in the show notes. And we have a very short list of things and places, ways that you can start some self-care, where we had to start too. So shoot us an email. Join us next time for another conversation about self-care.
Yep. And until next week.
We hope you can unstuck your muck.
Bye.
Bye.